that you sold your last startup for, or pair of startups for $8 million.
I had a couple of failures before that. Honestly, I was really struggling. We're not going to raise VC money. We're going to focus on product. We're going to focus on validation. Ship one product per week. Took off basically from day zero. We were supposed to go from 1.5 in annual revenue to 10 million in annual revenue in less than 2 years. It feels like we could have achieved the same on our own. Building is getting easier with AI. Distribution is not getting easier. So think distribution first.
So I'm looking at a tweet right now where you announced that you sold your last startup for, or pair of startups for $8 million. Like I said, I'm a user. I use both of them, Tweet Hunter and Taplio. But for the people who maybe don't know, or they're not chronically online like you and I are, can you share a little bit about that story? What it was, what those apps did, and maybe why you sold?
Yeah, it's actually a long story because I had a couple of failures before that. Honestly, I was really struggling. It was like like you really want to be an entrepreneur. You really want to have a successful startups. You thought you were gonna make it easy, and you just didn't. And like in 2020, I quit my job, tried to travel the world. COVID happened, so I didn't. I get stuck in France, and I got back with my first co-founder, and this time we tried to do things differently. Like we
What was
not
the first
gonna
app that you
raise.
did?
Sorry,
What was the first startup you did?
it's a thing called Pistach, which means pistachio in English. It's
Yeah.
basically like something to make your kids do their daily chores, like clean up their room, brush their teeth, things like that.
Yeah.
It did okay. We end up selling it for small money. It was definitely not the success that we were looking for.
Gotcha. So you got back with
I
your founder, your
yeah,
co-founder?
yeah, and this time it was like we're not gonna raise VC money. We're gonna focus on product. We're gonna focus on validation. We're gonna ship something like ship one product per week until something really stick, and until something like really takes off. And we did that for like I think 4 months, shipping like week after week. I think we shipped like 10 products,
Oh,
and it was nice because like every new product, the one after another, we got a slightly bigger audience on our newsletter and on Twitter, and so every single one was a little bit more successful. Like we were like getting like 100 in monthly revenue, like 200 monthly revenue. It was getting a little better and better until we shipped Tweet Hunter, which took off basically from day zero. Like it was truly useful to people. What we did is, so you had a lot of social media tools at the time, like the famous one like Hootsuite, later, I think like that.
yep. Sprout
But none,
Social, etc.
yeah, exactly. But none of them was actually helping you writing better contents. It was just about scheduling. What we did with Tweet Hunter was, it was like we indexed hundreds of thousands of tweets, and when everyone was trying to generate stuff with, I think that was at the time it was GPT-3, we were using it to truly understand tweets, understand the structure, cluster, categorize content. And we were analyzing your tweet content and trying to build for you a wall of inspiration tweets, so that you can build connection between those tweets. You can like understand what's a good tweet, understand what's the trending topic. And just by looking at this wall of tweets, you just come up with ideas. And it works so well for me that it also worked for a lot of people, and it took off from basically day zero.
Yeah, for people like me that are like kind of these growth marketer types who do a lot of what you automated for people. Like I did a lot of like, studying tweets and structures and hooks and trying to figure out like what works and what doesn't work and character counts and like framing it so that it's thumb stopping or easy to read. and then you kind of did that for everybody. So do you think that was like the differentiator that other apps or Twitter specific tools weren't doing? Or like what
Yeah,
else do you think was your edge?
yeah, because we built the entire app around that. Like,
Mm.
and I saw like a lot of other apps trying to catch up on this and building their own inspiration feature, but like everything in their app was not optimized for that. Just like, I'm just gonna tell you a simple thing is our tweet writer, like the space where you write tweets was on the side, and at the same time you could see the wall of inspiration tweets. And just by looking at that at the same time as you are writing, it makes it make things so much easier. Like it's so easy to write a good tweet like that. And when I was looking at competitors, they just tried to mimic the wall of tweet, but it was you couldn't write at the same time, so you had to move from a page to another one. It was really not good UX.
Yeah. And so, when did you launch Taplio? How did you kind of grow both of them in tandem? Yeah, like
So
let's fill in the gap a little bit.
yeah, so we launched Tweet Hunter, 100% dedicated to Twitter. Um, very early in the journey, we tried to reach out to like big Twitter people, big influencers, and one of them had this awesome reaction when he just wanted to be in the journey, like he just wanted to join as a co-founder. And we thought a lot about that, and we said yes, basically this. And we tried this. We found this deal where he would join as a co-founder, take 25% of the share, and it worked. Like it worked very well. It worked so well that 6 months after that, we thought about building an equivalent product for LinkedIn, and we seeked to replicate this exact strategy. But in this case, we didn't build the product first. We looked for the LinkedIn influencer first, like a
Gotcha.
good LinkedIn influencer to partner with and to build the product with him.
So the person for Twitter that you found, they were like a distribution co-founder. Like they had a big audience, they were well respected in the space, and you kind of like leveraged their audience and trust to just make this kind of viral in the space.
Yes, exactly that. He
Really smart.
basically like we work with him to of course like talk to his audience, but at the same time he was filling the role of basically CMO. He was
Nice.
like building campaigns after campaigns, thinking about how to grow the product, but all across the board. It was a very integrated partnership. Like if we just didn't get along, it could go very bad,
Yeah.
but it worked.
Uh, a- and like as you're building everything before your launch, or maybe even while you're launching Taplio, like how big is the team? Is it you and your co-founder and this distribution co-founder? Is there more people? Um,
No, that's it.
did you see three?
That's
Oh shit.
yeah, and before the distribution guy comes in, it would just the two of us. And that's basically one of the things that we changed compared to the two first startups that we did before, is that we were used to hire like 10 people, like raise VC money, hire 10 people, delegate everything, and like move on like this. And the thing is, before you reach product market fit, like before you are sure about what you have is very valuable and people are ready to pay for it, it's much better. Like it's very easy to pivot and to explore many ideas with an extremely small team. If you have a 10% team, you constantly have to spend your days explaining why you are moving from an idea to another one, and and people look at you thinking, like, this guy doesn't have any clue, like he doesn't know what he's doing, like.
Yeah.
And you spend your day doing management instead of actually building stuff,
Well,
and I
also you have like
absolutely
a
didn't
lower,
want to do that.
yeah, you have like a lower risk profile too, right? So if your bills are, I don't know, $5,000 a month, and your co-founder's bills are $5,000 a month, then if you make 10 grand, you guys are pretty happy. Versus if you do the VC route, you're making 10 grand a month, you're probably not that happy because you want to get to like 100,000. So you can have like a lot more risk building these like smaller apps that actually scale very well. But I was curious, like, why not integrate them together? Why not do like or I guess it doesn't make sense because it's called Tweet Hunter. So it would be kind of weird if you did Tweet Hunter and Taplio integrated. But was that strategic, like launching a brand new app that was sort of similar but just structured for LinkedIn?
It was mostly like the deal that we found with the Twitter influencer. It
Mm.
kind of forced us to think this way because he
Yeah.
was a Twitter person. He was really not relevant on LinkedIn, and it was much better for us building another product, charging people more for it, and
Yeah.
working with another influencer. It was making much more sense.
So why did you end up selling? It seems like you guys had a good gig, making good amount of money. Everybody known you in the space. Did you just want to like start building something new and you wanted to have an exit or like big exit under your belt?
That's a very good question. Honestly, I I still wonder if it was the good move or not. It's insane because the we saw like we got acquired. We were doing 1.5 million in annual revenue.
So what is that, like
1.5
a
million.
4.5 or 5x multiple? Like
It
a
was supposed to be an 8x because the total acquisition amount was supposed to be 10 million
Hmm.
because we were supposed to stay 2 years and to achieve some revenue growth, which
Yeah,
would get us the 10 million.
gotcha.
To get the 10 million in acquisition money, we were supposed to go from 1.5 in annual revenue to 10 million in annual revenue in less than two
Whoa,
years. And we didn't do that. We got from 1.5 to 8 million in annual revenue,
wow.
which is still insane. Like
Yeah, that's a really impressive.
in less than 2 years, going to 8 million. What I didn't anticipate at the time is that the deal was so like it was so about performance, and we insisted so much about staying independent as founders because that's how we are, that we didn't get that many help from the people who acquired us.
Yeah,
And so like right now it feels like we could have achieved the same on our own.
yeah. Because it's not like they like bought you and then they said, "All right, we're gonna give you a full growth marketing team. We're gonna give you this crazy budget, all these resources, and now you can like 10x or whatever
No, it
8x."
was it was
Um,
definitely not like that. We have we're still operating the business. We were still like managing everything. We had like a very tight margin to respect. Like we had to grow, but at the same time we had to keep like a 50% EBITDA margin. So we couldn't do like we couldn't do bullshit. Like we had to stay on track.
Yeah, I think it was a smart move. I mean, you got the exit under your belt, you got a cash flow. It seems like your personality. I mean, I've been like following indie hackers in the space for a little while now, and it seems like you guys just you like starting new projects and like scaling them and going through that initial growth phase. It seems I'm just observing, but it seems like that's what you guys like doing. And given like the fact that AI is making it much easier to build these types of tools, I'm seeing them pop up like basically like every day, and it seems like almost like every Twitter influencer has their own tweet scheduler tool. I've tried a few of them, and none of them are as good as the one that you built because you built it more for like the growth, the person that wants to grow on the platform, versus a lot of people, again, they just build a tweet scheduler and then they add like now schedule on Instagram or schedule on LinkedIn. So, the value proposition is not that great there, honestly. So I think it was a good move. But like, what are you seeing now? Like,
But that's
you,
that's that's like that's an interesting thought because my current business, which I started like after the 2 years earn out,
yep.
my current business is now generating more than the
Mm,
money I was generating when I got acquired.
nice.
So why would I not be selling now?
Yeah. Well, the second time around, you have like the distribution, you have a huge audience, you have the trust, and you have like a lot of people that it's okay, and you have a lot of people that like again like they trust you, so you're not gonna just build a shitty product and charge $49 a month or whatever. So like maybe we can dig into like what you're building now and some of the businesses that you're working on.
Yeah, so I got released from my commitment by the
Released.
acquirer. Yeah,
It's a good word to
yeah.
use.
We actually we left early, by the way. So we found a deal because like I wanted to build new stuff. We just wanted to move away, and so in April 2024, so a little bit more than a year ago, we got released with my co-founder, and since then I'm working on new stuff. And I tried this crazy challenge because, as you said, like I love working on different things at the same time. I
Yeah.
I'm trying right now to get to work on 5 apps at the same time, and to get 5 apps higher than 100K in monthly revenue.
Do you feel like
What's
you feel like
what
when you put that out there, like, because I looked at it's on your website, it's on your, I think your LinkedIn, it's on your Twitter. Is it like a like putting it out there is a big statement because a lot of people hold you accountable. Do you feel like it's like personally more motivating because you're like, oh shit, I have to do this now. I told the world. Um,
Yeah. So true. Like this, the social pressure is huge.
yeah,
What's amazing is that it's doing pretty okay. Like I already got
nice.
like 2 out of the 5 apps higher than 100K per month.
It's insane.
So things are going pretty well, and I love that it's somewhat diversified. Like the revenue is not relying on one product only, but like mostly two.
Yep,
And uh, out of the 3 others, 2 are on a very nice trajectory.
nice. And like maybe you could share a little bit about what the apps do, so we could just get a taste for it. And then also, are you building them all by yourself, or do you have a team?
So I have a very like I love, actually, I love the structure that I have. I don't really have a team. Like I really don't call it a team because it's like it's not my team. But on each of the 5 products, I work with a different co-maker,
Mm,
which is a guy focused on building the product itself,
yeah,
and I take responsibility for distribution, basically.
nice.
So I handle doing like incarnating the product on socials, working with influencers, building the affiliate program, setting up ads, things like that. And I'm trying to be hands on. Like on some products, like I want to be good at, like I want to work on SEO, so I code some SEO stuff. Like it's not that I'm just managing people and telling them what to do, but I'm doing stuff myself too.
Yeah.
I love this approach. Honestly, it works pretty well right now.
Yeah, it's funny how it came full circle, right? Like you hired a distribution co-founder to come on, and now you've kind of like grown your profile to eventually be that distribution co-founder. You have like the audience, you have the email, you have the trust, you have like you DM people on Twitter and like they check your profile and they're like, oh wow, this guy's legit, and they see stuff you've built, so it just adds so much credibility where you can do the partnerships and you can do like the outreach yourself versus like let me go hire a sales team or like a partnerships team and do it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to see.
What's very frustrating right now is I get a constant flow of people asking me if I want to build something with them, which is awesome. Like I love that, but like because of my personality, I guess I want to build more. Like I want to get invested in more projects, but I just can't. Like 5 projects is already
That's a
very
lot.
hard to. Yeah, it's a lot. Like you have 5 different contexts to follow, and like I want to do so many things that I can do. So I don't know how to go to the next step,
Yep.
basically, and how to like scale more this model, which seems not really scalable. But who knows? Maybe I'll find a way.
Yeah, let's run through the 5 products, starting with the ones that are doing the best. Because probably those
The
are your
one,
favorite right now.
um, so it's not sure if it's my favorite, but it's the one driving most revenue. It's called Revit AI. It's a AI video based tool. It's basically you start with the prompts, you tell it what to do, and it will create a video for you. It's
Cool.
it's basically like under the hood, it will create many scenes. For each scene, it will think about if it needs to add an AI avatar, generate a voice, generate a video, or generate an image that's going to be animated. It will think like that, and it will just output a video that is fully editable. Like you can just move stuff, change text, regenerate the voice, stuff like that. What's awesome is that it can take a PDF and build a course for like a video course for high school students, or it can build a very business oriented video to teach people how to react to like something like COVID,
Yeah.
or it can generate an alternative ending for Game of Thrones if you didn't like the last season, stuff like
This
that.
is this is kind of interesting because it's a tool that allows you to build almost anything. So who is your like main target audience and how are you like acquiring them or converting them? Because it's
The
not
the
as
main
niche as like Tweet Hunter, where it's like Tweet Hunter was you want to grow on Twitter, use this tool. It's a very
Yeah,
specific target
yeah,
demographic.
true. The biggest audience is basically TikTok and YouTube people,
Mm.
people doing shorts and TikTok videos. We have a lot of people who are like managing their entire social media channel through Revit, because Revit can just help you understand which video on TikTok are working very well. What's the formats? You have like this wall of inspiration, exactly like you had in Tweet Hunter. You can just extract the good scripts from the best videos, generate a new video from them, and then you can automatically post on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
So
So
cool. We might have
you
to
can
use it.
manage, yeah, you can manage your entire social channel from Revit.
And how much money is that one making a month?
This one I'm not really I'm not really public about the revenue,
Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
but
But, or maybe you can
it
share like
lets
profit margins, like how profitable is it? Like 80%, 90%, 50%?
it's more like from 30 to 50, because
Mm,
generating AI video costs a lot.
mm.
Where like we don't have our own models, we don't have our own GPUs, we're just using some like out of the box stuff.
And like the main acquisition source, is it ads or how? I'm not assuming that they follow you on Twitter. Or how are you reaching these people?
No, it's really, so we have ads, but it's definitely not like it's the ad business is getting so competitive that
Yep.
getting a positive ROI is so hard. The main one is referral, like people talking about it, affiliates. Like Revit is a tool that's converting very well, and because it's a premium product, quality is quite high and price is quite high, so it's an awesome product for affiliates to refer.
Yeah, because you're
Because
like
like you,
referring a product that's really good. So when somebody tries it and they love it, then they refer it to other people. So the change just
yeah,
continues.
and you get a recurring commission, which is like awesome for affiliate.
Very cool. Okay, maybe we can talk about some of the other ones that you built too. It's just
the
fascinating, by the way.
the second one is Outrank. Outrank is it's basically an all-in-one SEO tool.
Cool.
We just announced today that it reached 150K per month,
Wow,
which is awesome
that's
because it
insane.
was at basically zero a year ago. So, um, what makes Outrank successful? When I joined this project, this is very interesting. Like when I joined this project, it was basically a blog post generator. That's it. Like you prompt something, it was generating a blog post. And we worked with the maker to change it from a blog post generator to some kind of automatic publishing machine for a blog. What's the difference is it was not only generating blog posts, but it was analyzing your website, finding the best keyword to rank for, something with high volume, low keyword difficulty. So you have an opportunity to rank there. And then it will automatically create a blog post that is tailored for this keyword. So
Nice.
it's not only it's not that you will have to come up with the idea of the contents, but it will look the right content to create, and it will do it for you every day without you having to do anything.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's a positioning play too, right? Like Okay, there's two options. You want to get blog posts done for you? Yeah, sure, maybe. Do you want to rank higher in SEO? Hell yeah, I do. And so like if you like fill in the gaps to make that second part possible or the second option possible, then people I think are willing to pay a lot more and people are going to be more inclined to actually convert. Like people like myself. Like you said that and I'm like, all right, I need to start using this tool
Yeah,
today.
it's much more benefit oriented.
Yeah.
Like, it's what you care most about is getting organic traffic, getting traffic to website, and that's what we are providing basically. Like it's a tool, like it's a plug and forget. You plug, you let it handle your blog, and it will get blog posts out for you on your on the platform that you are using. It will get you backlinks, so you grow your domain rating and you rank more all across the board. And we are cooking something that's truly amazing. It's not out yet, but
Okay.
when it will, it's gonna be amazing.
Is like the main I'm assuming the main acquisition source is like using SEO to get people to the page and then convert or how?
Definitely not.
Really?
No, because what's awful when you are building SEO tools is that all your competitors, they are SEO professionals. And
Oh,
so
okay.
ranking, like doing SEO is so hard. So we gave up on this, and the main acquisition channel is basically X, my newsletter, my
Very cool.
audience, socials.
Well, yeah, because I mean that makes a lot of sense since a lot of your audience is like indie hackers, other builders, creators,
Yeah,
founders, and all of them. That's like one of their top priorities is like distribution or awareness or traffic or ranking. So that makes sense. Okay.
yeah,
What
exactly.
about some of the other ones? These two are ones that I need to start using today, by the way. So we'll talk after.
That's also quite interesting, and I've been attacked a little bit for this third project. It's called Super X. It's basically the new Tweet Hunter. So Tweet Hunter, the tool that I got acquired, that yeah, I sold. Um, it was quite sad, but the acquirer clearly both like was far more interested in Taplio than Tweet Hunter. So it was far more interested in the LinkedIn tool, and Tweet Hunter was basically forgotten. And I
Mm,
was super sad because I was a heavy user. Like my audience is primarily on X, and so it was falling behind on so many things, and it felt so wrong to start using a competitor because I needed those features. So I found this opportunity to partner on a new X tool, and it's called Super X, and it's actually skyrocketing. Like it was basically at below 1K monthly revenue about 2 months ago. It's now nearing 8K in monthly revenue.
it's awesome.
And I'm not sure it can follow the same trend as Tweet Hunter because Tweet Hunter was very early on this journey and it's still doing amazing. But I'm pretty confident it can reach 50K or 100K per month.
I mean, again, going back to the first point that we started off with, like you didn't raise VC money for this probably, so you don't really need to make 100K in order to have like a success, right? So like everything from here on forward is already a win.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Like
and
if you make 50K per month, it's very common to like do 50% gross margin. So 25K divided by two co-founders, it's very decent. Like it's
yeah,
definitely something that you can live with, even if a quite rich country like the US or France.
yeah, and especially considering that it's one of the five tools that you're working on, and I don't know how much time and energy it takes. Probably not that much if you're able to do these other things and build your newsletter and build your presence online. Um, so that's interesting. And why did you get hate for it? People say like you just redid the last app that you did before, or like not original.
Yeah, something like this. It was not super like strong hate or like not getting
Yeah, just like haters online.
constant for it, but yeah, I got like people were so surprised that I didn't have a no compete on like the Tweet Hunter topic. But yeah, I didn't, and so I was allowed to do that.
Hmm, interesting. I mean, people like like Nikita has sold the same startup like 3 times. So it's not that bad what you're doing. You're building an indie hacker tool. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
can we talk through a little bit more of the other ones that you did or you're working on?
The another one is Postsinker. Postsinker is it's basically it's a social media tool too, but with a very different positioning from SuperX. It's basically for people who wants to be everywhere. If you want to
Gotcha.
post on LinkedIn, Twitter, but also Instagram, Threads, YouTube, you can do it on Postsinker. Like you can post from one place to 10 different platforms. I've been incredibly amazed by the maker I work with because I know I coded myself Tweet Hunter and Taplio, and so I know how those APIs are hard to work with. Like
Especially Twitter
getting
nowadays. The X API is a lot more expensive. It's a lot stricter. Even the
yeah,
LinkedIn was really strict.
yeah, but LinkedIn is worse. Like it's so
Yeah.
hard. Like you have so many HTTPS documentation is so bad. But this guy, he found ways to deeply integrate each platform at a very deep level. Like
Yeah.
you have pretty much all the features you can use on X, but you have them on all the 10 platforms, which is insane
That's so cool.
in a pretty cool, fast and workable UX. So you have one place to post everywhere.
This is kind of a I didn't plan on asking this, but are these people coming to you? Are you coming to them? Are you like putting out like, call to act or like, on your newsletter saying, "Hey, I want to build this," or somebody want to partner on this? Um, and the reason why I ask is because like now you're in a position where yes, you understand the code, you understand how to build it because you've built them before, you're technical. But for people like me or the people that are listening who are like more of like the growth founders or growth people, like should we partner with builders or makers like you say and build cool tools? Should we like what's the how do people like me or take advantage of the potential that there is right now?
There's something that I learned the hard way is I didn't always have this model. Like I started after the acquisition of Twitch and Tapio. I basically tried, I guess, what most entrepreneurs try. I tried to hire a developer, force my ID to the developer, ask him to build something cool that I found was cool. It was delayed, like 2 months. 2 months passed. The product was not ready, so I wanted to pay him more. 2 months passed again. The product was still not there, but I really want the quality to be here because I had some social presence, so I didn't want to lose trust. So I paid him 2 months more. And what I found out is when it's your ID, the person working on is gonna be it's always gonna be less motivated than you.
Yep.
And so the fact that right now I'm working on other people's ID, it changed everything. So I to answer your question, it really depends. Sometimes I go to the maker, sometimes the maker goes to me. But in every single case, I'm working on the maker's ID and not the other
That's
way.
cool.
And so the maker spend his days on his ID basically, and I just adapt to him. So of
Yeah, you
course, yeah,
you
go
can't
ahead.
buy intrinsic motivation, right? Like all the money in the world is not going to force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. And if they do it, they're doing it with like their feet. They're dragging it on the floor, and they're like, "All right, I'm just getting this done because he's paying me a bunch of money." Um,
Yeah,
so that's really
exactly.
smart
Like
because it's a perfect overlap of like they're intrinsically motivated, they're building their idea. You see potential in their idea, which is also kind of your idea or something that you would have done anyways. And so that overlap in the middle is like perfect because each person is happy with the partnership. And you're not like forcing them to do something that they don't want to do.
yeah, and it happened once. Like on one partnership, we grew from 0 to 800 in monthly revenue, but then we got stuck. Like it's during 6 months, nothing happened. And I was not like successful in finding a way to distribute this product, and so I just got away. Like I released my shares, I gave back everything, and the maker was quite happy to have this opportunity to continue on his own. and it was
Yeah,
fine.
and then you also got like the time and the energy and the mental capacity that you were giving that, 10% of your time
Yeah,
there, energy, back to
yeah,
whatever other projects you wanted to do. So that's
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Nice, man. Is there one more startup that you wanted to share about?
The final and the last one is Feather. Feather is it's a weird one because this one I acquired it. Like I paid 250,000 for this product. It was at 6K in monthly revenue when I bought it. It's now at 8, 10 in monthly revenue, and I'm having a hard time growing it. Like it's stagnating. Churn is low because it's a blogging platform. It's basically it's a product that turns your Notion into a blog. So you write on Notion and you get a blog. By the way, it integrates very nicely with Outrank, which is amazing.
Smart.
But the issue is that Notion was very successful 2 or 3 years ago. It's getting a little less successful and little less famous right now. And so I'm having a hard time understanding how to grow this product and what I should do with it.
Yeah. Um, would you consider like reselling it in order to get some of that like time and energy and attention back on your other four projects, or are you just gonna
Yeah,
keep
I
trying until
would.
you figure it out?
I don't know, to be honest. Like setting is a lot of work,
Yeah.
and the product generates a lot of profit monthly, so there is no urge to sell it, and it's not like it was decreasing in revenue. So yeah, there is no urge. But if I get a good proposal, yeah, I would seriously consider it.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like if you're only working on one product and this is all your time and energy, then that's one thing. But you're working on five products. So if you have one product in the bunch that's not really working, I'm assuming it takes like a lot of, maybe not a lot, but like it's kind of frustrating because you're like, everything else is working pretty well. I could be using this time and energy on like making these even more successful. Or is your approach more like, let's just keep trying to diversify the portfolio? Because if I get it to work, then that's even more less risky of a profile risk across the board.
It's a hard question to answer because like it's the situation what right now with Feather is it's not um reaching my expectation,
Yeah.
but at the same time it is not uh, costing me a lot of my time,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure I would be able to say it. So I like spending a lot of energy trying to get it acquired could end up with like nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, not sure what to
Gotcha.
do yet.
Yeah. Well, you'll figure it out. Okay. A couple more questions and I'll get you out of here. So you're really good at just building like a personal brand, building online audiences. I think the indie hacker community in general is kind of like ahead of the curve in just in terms of like building in public, and the founder, the maker, the owner of the business is like very public about what they do, and building a following of people that are excited to follow the journey. What do you feel like is working best for you right now, like today? And I know there's been kind of a trend along the way of the past couple of years. I think Tweet Hunter and Taplio are probably like very influential with those trends. But yeah, what's working for you right now?
I think I have no idea who said that first, but there's like I saw this with I think multiple time, a guy saying to be interesting on to be interesting on Twitter, to be interesting on X, you need to do interesting things elsewhere. And I think that's the best advice you can give everyone. If you are building an interesting project, if you have an interesting hobby, and you share about it, you will probably find someone that's going to be interested in what you're doing. That's
Yeah.
it.
And it also helps that everything that you're building is extremely helpful towards a specific
Yeah,
community of people, right? Like
yeah,
you're not spreading propaganda or like spreading hate or like politics or news or whatever. It's like you're sharing updates of what's working for you building startups, which is interesting
yeah.
to very specific people, and you're building helpful products, which is awesome too.
And it's incredible the number of problems that you will have doing that. Like when you are building, you're gonna face so many situations. Like it can be DDoS attacks, can be just DB technical problems, index problems. And people talk about that, like the classic stack issue, like which stack should I use? That's all of that. There are interesting problems to talk about.
Yeah. Have you ever like thought of monetizing via like the creator route? So I mean, it's kind of annoying, but like the ads route or the membership route or partnerships route, because you do have like a really sizable audience and people trust you and look up to you. But maybe it doesn't make sense because you're already doing pretty well with your startups. So
I think I tried like one or two sponsored tweets. Like I think ClickUp paid me 1,000 for sponsored tweets. I stopped right away after that because just the back and forth for getting these
the
tweet
headache.
outs, it's a nightmare, and I don't want to do that anymore at all. And honestly, like as you said, 1,000 in a month, given how my product are doing, it's not gonna make a difference,
Yeah.
and it's not repeatable. So I would rather focusing on my product right now.
Yeah. Okay. And then we kind of covered this one a little bit, but like how do you think non-technical people that are growth oriented should like most take advantage of like the AI space right now? Do you think partnering with like a maker that has a great idea, or do you think they should just stick to like the creator route, which is a lot of people do?
It's funny because Peter Levels tweeted something today about coding and about how managing website is easy for him. And
I saw that tweet. Yeah.
in the end, I was like, what Peter means here is that you basically need to be a good coder,
Yeah.
and it's possible that in the near future you can be a non-technical person and uh, fully manage an app and a website with AI without any technical knowledge. We're definitely not there yet, and so I would still I really still encourage people to get technical. It doesn't have
Nice.
to be just about coding. It can be no code platform, but just being able to plug apps together. It's like a few of the apps that I built. It was just using Bubble.io and plugging API together. It was not about coding.
Nice. Yeah. And it's stuff that like if you kind of grew up in like the early internet era, it's stuff that we all had to figure out anyways, like early MySpace days, or some people were coding and didn't even know that they were coding, or building
Yeah,
these like
and
websites and just figuring it out and like searching Google and YouTube and Reddit till they figure it out.
and even if you are focusing like this is obviously my way. Like you have many different way, but even if you are like not coding and you don't want to be the builder in a co-founder relationship, uh, take something like SEO. You can be very nerdy about SEO. Like there is a lot of technical stuff about SEO that you need to get right to get traffic. And so
Yeah.
it's really about knowledge and skills, and so in the end the nerds win, I guess,
Yeah, that's true.
on this kind of product.
In the tech space in general, I think that's true.
Yeah.
You're like really deep in the indie hacker space. I'm kind of just like an observer. What trends are you seeing in general? They could be good trends or bad trends or annoying things that you're seeing as an insider, or anything in general.
There's there's something that I'm a bit sad about, but it's all the trend about AI replies, which is polluting the whole social network. I'm a little bit sad because I participated in this, like with Tweet Hunter and Taplio. Like
Yeah,
we
that's true.
helped this come to life, but at the same time, like 10 different products came up at the same time doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
So it was going to happen anyway, and I'm suffering from that too. We are
like on
trying
your
to find.
content.
Yeah, definitely. It's sometimes I'm like, okay, this one is it AI generated? Okay, yes, probably I will skip it and not reply. Next one, yes, this one seems human. I will reply to this one. So,
Yeah,
so yes,
that's funny because
it's
like
annoying.
now, like when I, especially on LinkedIn, when I comment on a post, like I'll like purposely like lowercase or like do weird spacing or just like tweet from my phone, like if I'm like not even paying attention almost, so that it comes across as like, hey, this is actually me writing this post or writing this reply, not like a perfectly written like AI summary of whatever the content was as a comment, you know.
Are you adding Tipo too? Typo.
No, I'm not. No.
uh,
Yeah,
I, I I did this thing on my phone where I disabled the auto capitalization
oh,
on
that's very smart.
first words, so it's for this exact purpose.
Yeah, well,
But
I'm just doing
not.
that naturally. Like when I reply, I just, or like how I write tweets, I just like no capitalization, sometimes no period, like weird spacing. Maybe I'll do typos here and there. But yeah, that's funny. That's funny how like
Yeah.
we're going against the grain, against like the trend, just to stand out or just to show people, hey, this is actually me.
Yeah.
Okay, a few more questions. So the I know you're working on the 5 apps towards 100K a month, but like in general, what is all this that you're like working towards? Are you trying to get like a certain exit? You just want to see how far you can push yourself as like a builder, as a maker, or do you have like any near to midterm goal that you're working towards aside from the money?
So the acquisition was not a super pleasant experience. So I was really into like not selling anymore, and just trying to build this portfolio of apps, trying to build something that is coherent, that's where um, the fact that more money comes in on the project makes me able to invest more in distribution, and that would benefit all the other apps in my portfolio. Right now, it's working. um, I'm really looking at how I can scale this further, and it's really not an easy answer.
What are there any ideas that you're exploring that might be high signal, like bringing on other audience co-founders? Or I mean, there's always like the
Yeah,
ads model, but that's expensive, like you said, and it's more competitive now.
now I'm trying at working with people like me who would be also the distribution guy, and finding a way to like just cluster that together, like just a way to create a group of people, like a group of distribution guy who would be incentivized on each other's projects,
Hmm.
and see how that will go.
Yeah, that could work. Almost like an advisory model, or like owners, small owners of each other's
I,
apps.
I would love to create something like the YC of indie hackers,
It's
something
a
like
good
this.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody could do it, it'd probably be you. I don't know if you have the time and energy to do it, but
I
you
have a
probably
wife and
could.
2 kids who gonna get mad, I guess, if I do that.
Yeah, that's another question that I was gonna ask is like, what are you like outside of like the indie hacker space or like online space? Like, what's a day to day look like for you? You know, you have a wife and
I
kids.
About 6 months ago, I started learning how to fly planes. It's
Oh,
fun.
that's cool.
Yeah, tiny, small planes. But I did my first solo flight in June. It was amazing.
That's incredible. You had
Yeah,
obviously somebody next to you, like guiding you and everything, though, right?
not on my solo flight.
Oh, wow. So you're completely
I
solo.
got, yeah, completely solo. So I had someone on the ground guiding me in case something happened, but she didn't because everything went smoothly.
Yeah, my
But
hands are
yeah,
getting like
it's
sweaty because I'm like, I'm not afraid of flights, but I'm afraid of heights. And the fact that you're like fully in
yeah.
control of the
But I
plane,
am
that's
too.
awesome. Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, when it's very hilly and I just get to the like the side of a mountain, I don't know how to say it. I get the same too, but on the plane, it's not the same.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. What else, man? What else are you like? I mean, obviously you have your wife and kids, so I'm assuming you're
Yeah,
very
like
busy when you're not working.
I don't like I can't really get any other hobby. I'm into
Yeah,
basketball too, but
nice.
that's pretty much it. Like my
So
kids take a lot of time.
it's like an average day. Wake up, you know, tend to the kids, work, be with the kids,
Yeah,
work, be with the kids, dinner,
I
sleep.
handle the kids in the morning from 7 to 9 until they get to school.
Very cool. Well, it's awesome to hear that you're like, family man too, not just like this indie hacker who works 20 hours a day, and makes cool stuff. Okay, two more questions that I have for you. Like knowing everything that you know now, after like all the startups that you built, the failures, selling Tweet Hunter and Taplio. Um, if you had to start from like zero, and that's including like zero distribution and zero audience, like what would you do differently? Would you like still build multiple startups at once? Just keep experimenting? Um, yeah, what would you do?
When we started Tweet Hunter, we had basically zero distribution.
Very cool.
So I think if I had to do it again, I would do it exactly like when we did what we did for Tweet Hunter, which is basically, I think the very first mistake that you do when you start is you have an idea, and then you kind of force everyone around you to tell you that your idea is good. And because people are nice, they will tell you that your idea is good, and they will not try to
Tell you the truth.
they will try to be supportive, basically.
Yeah.
And that's your worst enemy. You will end up working 2 years on an idea that's not good and not worth working on. The first thing that I like everyone needs to do is not sell, not sell, not sell, but validating. That's it. Basically, you need to validate what you're working on. You need to make sure that people are okay working on this, like are okay paying for that. That's it.
And it seems like the only logical solution is to talk to customers a lot versus talking to friends and maybe people who are not the ideal customer or the ideal profile of what you're building.
Maybe that's not your problem, but like I guess most makers I'm talking to, they are not talking to anyone. So
They just
just
build.
talking, yeah, just talking to people, like making sure they have a conversation with user or like anyone about what they are doing. It's something like just talking to people, listening to what they have to say. That's a nice first.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, is there anything else that I didn't ask that you think I should have asked or anything else you wanted to share? I know you don't do a
Yeah,
lot of like podcasts like this, so
with AI, distribution is not getting easier. So um, work your distribution. Think distribution first.
that's so funny. I don't know how much research you did on like me and like my beliefs and my thesis and everything, but one of the main reasons why like I quit my full-time job at Andreessen Horowitz to do like this podcast and this creator thing is 'cause I genuinely believe that like in a world where anybody can build anything, eventually anybody's going to be able to build anything. That brand and distribution is like the ultimate moat, especially for people like you and I who like creating and building things. Like before, it was like the fact that you built a cool product, it was a differentiator. Now that's becoming less and less of a factor and more of like, can you reach people who trust you and who want to use a product, um, and believe in you at scale, and that's becoming more and more of the differentiator. So that's funny. I did not pay you to say that. I'll just put that on the record so people don't think that I'm just forcing guests to say this. um,
No, I
but yeah, man.
definitely agree, like 100%.
Cool. Well, thank you for the time. I really appreciate it. And I'll be following your stuff online. Like I said, I'm going to be probably another customer of yours for at least a few of your apps.
Nice.
And again, great
Pretty.
work with like I said at the very beginning before we got on the air. I was a user of Tweet Hunter. I'm still a user of Taplio. So like the products that you built are genuinely like really helpful for people like me. I use them every single day. So thank you for like stuff that you've done. I think it really helps like this community of like indie hackers or creators or internet builders just be more proficient and efficient at what they do. So we appreciate you, dude.
But thank you very much. It was awesome having the opportunity to talk today. Thanks.
Thank you, man.